عشان ما نجي مع العاموس ويقول في السوق كده
Democrat. Or the business. Or the world. Straight of wealth. Or my shoe. Communication from the chair. Or the degree, hostages. Or the flower physicians. Or the five purpose. Honorable Manan.
سي دي مال empathy. مش مشاهدة.
I think in line with the standing order 37, three, where which gives the speaker the powers to rearrange the sequence of the order paper. We will start with the statements. Statements, please. Response to statements. Response to statement sought from the chair of the Committee on Education, ICT and Information Services, which is sought by the Honorable Rulo Isia. Proceed, Chair.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. And the response of statements of the on the board. The committee level we discussed at length yesterday, and we are satisfied with the feedback. But is upon the House to also regard as either satisfactory or unsatisfactory. And the first question reads, would the department agree to the question and then the answer? The first question reads, will the department provide a status update on the infrastructure and human resource allocated to early childhood education? The ECD institutions are adequately equipped with facilities, and we have a sufficient number of teachers to meet the educational needs of our youngest learners. And this is the status update. Many classrooms in ECD centers are in dilapidated conditions with potholes, broken bones, and walls. There is inadequate infrastructure like classrooms, wash facilities, and furniture. Many learners lack chairs and tables and have to sit on mats on the floor. The few available desks are not age appropriate. Boys and girls are forced to share toilets, while in some centers, the learners share toilets with the pupils and teachers in the primary schools. The toilets in the ECD centers are not age appropriate, neither are they SNE friendly for the SNE learners. Despite the many challenges in infrastructure development, the county government undertook the following: renovation of 4 classrooms at the Lower Primary School, Ladera; renovation of 2 classrooms at Haredero Primary School, Tulugo; construction of 1 classroom at Haredero Primary School, Tulugo; renovation of 4 classrooms at Warame Primary School, Pavi; renovation of administration block and 1 toilet at Warame Primary School, Pavi; renovation of 4 classrooms at Mai Primary School, Ijara; construction of disability-friendly toilets and walkways at Garissa Primary School. In addition to the above, the county government, through the Department of Public Works, undertook the renovation and construction of the following: 15 ECD Center, Bulomzuri Primary, Yatri Primary, AP Gubish Primary; renovation of 4 classrooms at Boger Primary, Dadab; renovation of 4 classrooms at Nuno Primary, Balambala; renovation of 4 classrooms at Warap and Fafi; renovation of 4 classrooms and installation of 2 water tanks at Boys Town Primary; renovation of 2 classrooms and installation of 2 water tanks at Tetu Primary School; renovation of 4 classrooms at Al Furqan Primary, Jara; renovation of 4 classrooms at Masarani Girls, Jara. ECD teachers, human resource and recruitment. Garissa County has an enrollment of 17,275 ECD learners as at September 2023. The county government employed 174 teachers back in 2014, of which 24 have left for various reasons. And this left us with a paltry 150 teacher to manage 275 ECD centers with an enrollment of 17,275. This is a ratio of 1 teacher to 150 learners against the national standard of 1 teacher to 25 ECD learners. In this regard, the county has a shortfall of 541 ECD teachers. In the current financial year 2023-2024, the recruitment of 300 ECD teachers has been factored, and the department is intending to conduct this recruitment soon. Question 2. Will the department outline the reporting hierarchy of early childhood development and education ECD teachers and school management? Moreover, and elaborate on the strategies implemented to assess syllabus coverage through monitoring and evaluation, and specify the frequency of these assessments. Apart from stand-alone ECD centers, all the other ECD centers are located in the private schools in the respective areas. The ECD teacher is the center manager and answerable to the head teacher of the private school. the sub-county ECD coordinator for the task of nice functional supervision structures and ensures that the ECD teacher, one, has curriculum designs and the required course books. Two, has a professional record like schemes of work, lesson plans, record of work conduct, and assessment reports, among others. Acquired and avails improvised, adequate, relevant, and safe learning resources. Has prepared a timetable drawn for various learning areas. The sub-county quality assurance and standard of such conduct periodic school visits to assess the ECD teachers on lesson coverage and outcomes to ensure that the teacher has covered the designated syllabus on time. With availability of resources, schools visit should be conducted at least once per term. This is the structure of management. Teacher. The next, the school head teacher, sub-county ECD coordinator, assistant director ECD, deputy director ECD, county director ECD, chief of staff, education, CECM, education. The third question reads, are the children in our ECD institutions receiving the full requirements in terms of nutrition and meals? If not, when was the last time these requirements were met? And what actions are being taken to rectify this situation and ensure that no child goes without proper nourishment? The roles of the ECD Board of Management identify the needs of the ECD service, mobilize the parents and local community on the importance of early childhood education, manage ECD programs. That is the conclusion of question 2, please. Identify local resources necessary, ensure provision of adequate equipment and facilities, carry out advocacy on the importance of ECD, create a conducive environment for learning, manage provision of meals in the ECD centers, ensure ECD centers have enough cooks, provide cooking and sanitation facilities, water and firewood, ensure food delivered is of good quality, liaise with the public health and nutrition officers for provision of vitamins and supplements at the moment. Question 3. Availability of nutritious meals for the children. Provision of nutritious meals for our ECD learners is a powerful incentive that ensures that the learners will stay in school and get the education that will help them be productive in future. It also increases enrollment, attendance, and transition to private school. It promotes learners' development and well-being. In 2023, the county government procured and distributed 4,125 kg bags of fortified Unimix porridge to all the ECD centers in the county. This program is earmarked to be a continuous exercise for it will have a positive impact on the education of our learners. The department used the recommendation ratio by the World Food Program for distribution. That is enrollment times the number of days times 40 grams over 1,000 times 25, which will equal to number of 25 bags. And last question about career progression for ECD teachers. This refers to advancement and promotions, that is the definition of career progression, salaries, increase and professional development of teachers to achieve their career goals. There are no progressions for ECD teachers in place since the county government is yet to come up with modalities for the promotions of its staff, i.e., formation of advisory committee on promotions. Many teachers have advanced their professional career by pursuing further studies that will elevate them to the next level, e.g. from certificate to diploma and subsequently to degree.
Honorable members, honorable ministers, Honorable Abu Bakar Hadisu.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. Speaker, for giving me this opportunity. Mr. Speaker, this response is well sufficient, and I agree with the Education Committee. Most of us, we agree that the Department of Education are doing the most hard work. They are most hard work departments in terms of infrastructure, in terms of providing our early child children for their needs of nutrition. We have seen many times that the CSC education, CSM education doing hard work, good work within our country. Mr. Speaker, my observation on the last page, where I have seen a conclusion that there's no career calculation for ECD teachers in the place since the county government. In the place since the county government instead to come up with modalities for promotion of the staff. Yesterday we are discussing the importance of the testing ECDs. This one, it gives the teachers themselves the morals, how they can conduct their work in the education sector. Mr. Speaker, I also ask the Committee on Education to give direction or to assist the Education Department to give them a guideline for to come up under the committee so that this sector should not be dying on the spot. Thank you, Mr. Speaker, for giving the opportunity. With you, Max, I say.
Thank you. Before I give it to the teachers, let me first give the non-teachers a chance because one of the teachers talk. Honorable Nduro. I'll give it to the honor of the statement next. Honorable Ado.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. Mr. Speaker, even though Mr. Abdullah was also a teacher, but I beg you to forgive me. Mr. Speaker, I really disagree with this response. As far as Nduro is concerned, Mr. Speaker. Mr. Speaker, I believe that the ECD, maybe the movement is only being felt in Garissa Township, but they will agree with me, the fellow members from some counties, that to us ECD is just on paper. Like Mr. Abdullah said yesterday, Honorable Abdullah said, actually failures or people with low grade are keeping our children busy back at home. I believe because don't say that. I really agree with you, Mr. Speaker. Mr. Speaker, I can see availability of nutritious meals for children. I can see it is being said that close to 4,000 variable bags were being distributed. Mr. Speaker, let me know, I'm sorry to say, but that's just on the paper and not felt on the ground, Mr. Speaker. From where I come from, Mr. Speaker, Jarjara Ward, Mr. Speaker, there is that school, ECD school located in a place called Barcelona.
Order members, order. No, there's no, proceed. No.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. Well, I thank Mr. Speaker. Mr. Speaker, from where I come from, Abakalur, Mr. Speaker, the students, children, the ECD children, took almost 3 kilometers to Jarjara. For those who went to Jarjara, please say that, Mr. Speaker. They are putting, and that doesn't mean that there is no structures in place in Abakalur, Mr. Speaker. There's 5 classrooms of ECD in Abakalur. The students are there, but there is no teachers. There is no any other facilitation or any support from the county government of Garissa, Mr. Speaker. The issue of telling us, Mr. Speaker, there is that nutrition and everything was being submitted. The issue of telling us teachers, we know our ECD teachers, they are undergoing the batch, and none of them was retained to date, Mr. Speaker. Our schools are dying, Mr. Speaker. I term this as a sharp report. I'm sorry to say.
Honorable Abdullah.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker, for giving me this opportunity. Mr. Speaker, I have two observations. Yesterday we were debating here on something concerning our education. We were debating something on ECD. We were talking about registering all the ECD centers in our county. Mr. Speaker, I made some two observations on this report, which I totally disagree. Number one is about the management of the ECD, the management of the ECD. All the ECDs that exist, all the ECDs, Mr. Speaker, I request your attention kindly. All the ECD centers come under schools. In where we come from, and all the areas and other wards outside Garissa County, ECD does not have an independent management on its own. They do not have management committees that are existing. No management, no board of management for ECD was established in all the centers outside Garissa County. That is outside Garissa Town. Mr. Speaker, to tell us that the ECD has a board of management that has got all these functionalities, which I can see from here, is misleading this house. The department should come up with a way to ensure that the board of management be in place for all these ECD outside Garissa Township. Number two, Mr. Speaker, the availability of nutritional meals for children. Mr. Speaker, I can see that the county government has procured, I don't know, a good number of kgs, Unimix porridge. I remember the other day the members were called one after the other. And we were told to come and collect some Unimix and other materials. Actually, it was food. And the members went there, collected, and they have taken it to the schools. Only to find out that most of the products that were taken to those schools were either expired or were only left with about 2 to 3 days to expire. Mr. Speaker, the county government had a very good heart when procuring the same food and nutrition for the ECD. But the issue of distribution squarely lies with the department. They should come up with a way where the distribution is done on time, so that the food does not get expired in their warehouses. Mr. Speaker, it's dangerous to provide expired food to very young, upcoming generations. It is very important for the Ministry of Health to check into this also. Majority of the schools outside Garissa Township, the ECDs outside Garissa Township, depend on food ration from WFP. WFP provides food for the schools, depending on the enrollment of the institution. That is what our ECDs in the villages and the wards outside Garissa town depend on. So I will urge the department to ensure that the distribution is done very early and that the food reaches the school on time. Thank you, Mr. Speaker.
Thank you, Honorable Adam.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. Mr. Speaker, the name of Allah, the compassion, the most merciful, the smarts and the be upon those who claim to take that. Mr. Speaker, I think the concern I just wanted to raise on the question 3. I have gone through the responses just right now. Some places the department is so transparent in informing us. But in this page where there is question 3 and the responses on the management of board, as my colleague has said, Honorable Member for Nali, I think members are aware on the availability of nutritious meals for these children. Just recently, I think if you are aware, members, there was a call from a staff calling each member to come and pick. I don't know, was it 20 bags or 10 bags? I don't know. So that is the situation that we are aware, where an individual member who works in the office of the governor calling us to say, come and pick, borage for your schools. We don't know how to transport, where to take it, and where to take it. So that is the situation. And here, the environment, the department is giving us, a transparent formula where you multiply the number of enrollment and the number of days the school open and the kilogram of the units. So that is how you divide. And now the formula is available in documents, but it is not practically implied in the distribution. And these procurement issues is becoming a problem. Previously, in the first assembly, in the second assembly, we are also investigating a units that go to lost. If you just go in the air, the governor has launched it. He has flagged off. We attended as the Department of Education, and we don't know where it ended up. The same formula is again reappearing here, Mr. Speaker, where we are seeing the government has procured these units. So I think it is sufficient for the committee to undertake as an investigative role again to certify and to reach to the bottom of this matter and to see to it that this material or this product was availed and it was distributed as per the claim in the paper, Mr. Speaker. The other issue, as Honorable Member Komaniga said, this management is just also in terms of paper, because we are witnessing what is happening on the ground, Mr. Speaker. So I think it is also prudent that we will see to it the functionality of this board that is in terms of products to the people. Not just say that the management exists and this is their roles. They mobilize parents, they do this, and which is not just, you don't see the human being who are working for this department. So, Mr. Speaker, I think the availability of this nutrition meal and the board of the management, it is now the role of the committee to see to it that in their working environment, they can go and see what is happening. So I also beg if your office can facilitate this committee to go and witness what is happening on the ground, Mr. Speaker, practically, so that they bring a report, a comprehensive report based on this report that is availed by the department. Because we can't just consume. Let us compare and see what is happening. Let the committee go around to all the county and see to it these things is happening at the ground really. So I think, Mr. Speaker, with those few remarks, I say as per what the department have said, they have tried to answer the questions well, but here on the management issues and the availability of nutritious meals, I think we don't agree with them, Mr. Speaker. But I'm really impressed how they have answered the last question. The last question on the progression of ECD teachers, Mr. Speaker. This is a challenge, and I think we are aware and we are witnessing this situation is happening in the county. So I think it is upon now the House what we can decide and how we can improve based on the report. So I beg your indulgence that you send this committee to go and investigate and see to it what is happening at the grassroots level, Mr. Speaker. Thank you.
Thank you. Honorable Matt.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker, for giving me this opportunity. Mr. Speaker, really, I'm wondering whether the originator of this report just wanted to satisfy and answer the question, or this is the reality on the ground. Because, Mr. Speaker, we are talking, the members are talking from an evolved point of view. Mr. Speaker, we don't have ECDs that are the way the structure has been put here. Because ECDs in our wards come under primary schools. So I think this structure, the structure of ECD management, ECD teacher, the school teacher, all this, and even this board they are talking about does not exist on the ground. So, Mr. Speaker, I really wonder Why should somebody just try to talk to and bring to this August House so that we just for the sake of it? Mr. Speaker, when reports are being given to this House, we want really what is on the ground and competence that can be proven that we get it forward. Mr. Speaker, we really, I really want to say that even the ECD coordinator and the Castro organization function that has been written here, will they even visit? Yesterday I said this is one of the departments that the highest number of directors in the county. So, Mr. Speaker, I think the committee needs to take up this matter and further interrogate this one. Mr. Speaker, the other part that has really amazed me, Mr. Speaker, is the part that, it might be sincere reporting of the matter now, but there are no career progression. The report says for ECD teachers in place, since the county government is yet to come up with modalities, and yet they are not mentioned. And these are very, very important people. People who are handling our youngsters, the future generations that are for our county. Mr. Speaker, this matter really needs to be interrogated further, and this report, with your indulgence, should be taken back to the department to further bring and come up with solutions to some of these matters and what they are proposing actually to do about it. Thank you very much.
Yes, Honorable. Honorable, proceed.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. Mr. Speaker, sometimes it is good that we speak on behalf of our wards, not as the leader of the Mr. Speaker, I want to first thank the Honorable Fatuma for bringing this response back to the Assembly. But they have answered very well to question 4. I want to follow suit member for Robo. Because, Mr. Speaker, they say that there is no career progression, and that is a clear statement which I want to also reflect myself. Mr. Speaker, this response is inadequate. Mr. Speaker, I want to call on my colleagues. Mr. Speaker, I want to give out headgear on how we can at least come over these challenges. As member for Lugo said, Mr. Speaker, there was a time where units at the Consire blend, CSB, were saying they were distributed and we could not find anywhere. And we went on clean air. The Speaker, ECD is also in my ward. I also come from a ward that we have a number of ECDs. Mr. Speaker, I want to give out how we can come up with a quick solution and fix the challenges around ECDs within our respective wards. And Mr. Speaker, I would say that and I'm seeing the challenges there, even the mother committee in this assembly on education is not very honest on us. And I'll appeal to you, Mr. Speaker, if we can have the implementation committee be facilitated, take charge, and tell us what is there on the ground, Mr. Speaker, concerning this matter. If that is not the case, Mr. Speaker, I look at a propose to form another committee, a meantime committee that will reflect on what is happening on the ground, Mr. Speaker, particularly on this response, Mr. Speaker. And Mr. Speaker, I believe if members can be given this chance, we have to form another committee, a meantime committee for this matter, Mr. Speaker. I feel it that they can allow.
Honorable Mariam, you have point of order. Please proceed.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. Mr. Speaker, the Majority Leader is in order to say that we need an ad committee will give our work to implementation committee, Mr. Speaker. Mr. Speaker, education committee is a committee with the capacity and the capability to do our work. Yesterday in my contribution, Mr. Speaker, I told you we requested a sub-county visit, which actually went in vain, Mr. Speaker. But the majority leader at this house, what is happening to the request of the members? Together with the deputy speaker, who is the liaison chair, Mr. Speaker, who has our request, Mr. Speaker. Mr. Speaker, this committee is ready to work, and we have the capacity to work, and we are ready to work, given the opportunity, Mr. Speaker. So, Mr. Speaker, the majority leader must, Mr. Speaker, withdraw that statement. We take it personal and we don't take it personal. Thank you.
Okay, Honorable.
Yeah, thank you.
I will definitely give a direction, but I allow you to ventilate on the matter.
Yeah, thank you, Mr. Speaker. Mr. Speaker, I respect Honorable Madam. There is nothing bad. I had no intention to castigate the education committee. But I was looking the best option. You know, if the committee for education did not want with this response to themselves and call the CEC concern and sit and interrogate facts, and then you bring, a uncooked report, and then you forward it straight to become a conveyor belt. Then we are looking alternative way of making sure we deal with the real issues of the speaker. That's why I say we better have, the implementation committee, the chat, or we form another committee so that they can compare notes. Mr. Speaker, I have no bad intention. So that the report brought by the committee, that's education, and the one that will be brought by another or the implementation committee can be cross-examined in this chamber system. But I have no bad intention, honestly, Mr. Speaker. I need good for our ECDs, I need good for our county, and I say from my start that I also belong to our work. And I am looking into my role, and for that reason, Mr. Speaker, I thank you for giving this opportunity. Thank you.
Honorable Sheikh, so then I come to this side.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. Mr. Speaker, from the onset, I want to, most part of the report, I want to follow the departments and approve 85% of the report. Because I see the department is very important on the status. They talk of the problem that we are facing at one level. Each and every center, they have similar problems. They talk of inadequate infrastructure. That's the same problem that we have in our centers. That's what the department has reported. They reported also that the learners lack chairs and tables. That's the problem that we're facing at our centers. They talked of inappropriate conditions with photos and broken walls. Those are that are the problems that we are facing in almost all centers in our respective wards. So they have adequately responded to that on the matter of status. But on how they are handling or what they are doing about it, they talk of key areas that they are doing on renovation and construction. So what we want to encourage and also do on our part is to make sure that the remaining key ECD centers are repaired and also construction of the same are done. On the part of the ECD centers, the only registered ECD centers that we have are currently the 275, but we are aware and we know that there are so many centers that we have in our respective wards that are not registered. And the issue of career progression has been mentioned. The issue of management has been mentioned. The issue of management, we have a problem. In the schools, we have board of management. Board of management where we have the headmaster who is the secretary, and we have also, but in terms of ECD, I'm not aware of management that exists, that nobody handles these areas, especially when it comes to the last part that talks of lies with the public health and nutrition officers for the provision of vitamin health supplement. I am not aware of maybe centers that they have provided with this vitamin health supplements and also rewarded. So, Mr. Speaker, and lastly, Mr. Speaker, the challenges that we are facing and the challenges that we have in this report is the same challenge that also the Vice Chair had raised yesterday in the motion. And I hope that motion that we have passed is implemented to the latter, and we make sure as an assembly that we take a follow up on that on the same all these problems will be addressed. Thank you.
Honorable Haji, I think I've exhausted this side. I don't see any interest on this side. I will show you. Proceed.
Mr. Speaker, following up my contributions to this statement, I was expecting that the statement will address the following. Number one, how many ECD centers registered in Garissa County? Number two, where these ECD centers are located? Number three, how many ECD teachers per center? Number four, how many classrooms, ECD classrooms, have been built by the county government since evolution started? So I think all this information is missing, and I have seen that the seeker of the statement had clearly asked all this information. We were looking forward to seeing a evaluation. For example, in my ward, we have 17 centers and only 2 ECD teachers. And out of the 17, I'm aware of only 3 centers that have ECD classes that have been built by the county government. So I think the information should have gone deeper, giving us all this information. All the same, I see some effort on the side of the CCM, trying to give us the information that we sought, but I'm sure there are a lot of information that is not in their hands, and I would like to support the majority leader's sentiment that maybe we need to send a special team to go and verify this information. Thank you, Mr. Speaker.
Thank you, Honorable Ayman. Okay, proceed. Honorable Adawa, you want to have something? Proceed.
Thank you very much. First of all, I'm a member of the Education Committee, and I really disagree with most of the response. Because most of this person are not on the ground. It's just a paperwork. I could say this was just an issue. Mr. Speaker, I think the CCM tried to respond.
Mr. Honorable Adam, you mentioned something strange on INSHA in your statement. Then can you tell us what kind of facility is that?
Okay, composition.
Okay, you mean composition. Okay.
Thank you very much, Mr. Speaker. I think this information is not on a paper. It's not factual in the ground. It's not factual in our words. We have a concern across the words. Just like Honorable Haji said, in all the world, maybe we don't have instructors, we don't have teachers, but there is a very nice information written here. Members will be talking of maybe this animals. I remember last time there was a call from one of the staff from the department requesting members to give maybe 10 bags of animals, which was almost expired maybe the following week. That was very unfortunate. Mr. Speaker, we have a problem with this, most of this from the respective department. Most of the time they delay the response, and maybe sometimes they bring response that is not factual on the ground. Therefore, I request your direction so that this response go back to the department and maybe they come with actual information. Mr. Speaker, I really disagree with our majority leader for government send the production committee to the ground. I can remember we sent a request 3 months ago asking for presentation to go to the board level and find out the status of our ECDs. If the assembly failed to facilitate the education committee, why does this money actually facilitate other committee or the education committee come from? Thank you, Mr. Speaker. That's my conclusion.
Thank you. Honorable Alnur.
Mr. Speaker. From onset, I disagree with this response, Mr. Speaker. And my area of concern is the department has stated that there are a shortfall of 541 ECD teachers. At the same response, they have indicated that in their current financial year 2023-2024, the recruitment of 300 ECD teachers has been affected, and the department is intending to conduct this recruitment soon. Mr. Speaker, anytime we are getting response, the executive side, they don't indicate a timeline. And that's what's affecting us most. The same way our members our people in the ground are waiting for Tuesday, is the same way they have indicated soon. Mr. Speaker, I request as a member of the boy watch, we want to know when the boy ECD centers are getting these teachers with timeline and deadline.
Thank you. I think having you ventilated on the matter so well, and I think having gotten and listened very carefully your concerns and reservations, and how much you have also agreed on so it has been very objective. I think in that regard, with the level of reservations and concerns raised being quite significant, I would like to direct as follows: that the committee writes back to the department, invites the CEC, and interrogate the report provided further in depth in person, because the committees are members who come from the respective wards. Let the CECL substantiate with tangible evidence on the issues that you have concerns of. Thank you. And this invitation should be done by Wednesday next week. By Wednesday next week, so that by Thursday afternoon we will have the comprehensive report back to the House. Thank you. Next order.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. Mr. Speaker, I wish to lay on the floor of the House Modogashe Municipality Charter.
Okay, the stands committed to the Lands and Upper Planning Committee. Next order.
Order 7, lots of motion. Order 8, motion on this.
Honorable Lord Leader.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. Mr. Speaker, sir, I beg to move for a motion that first one, to the provision of Standing Order 156(1), 2, 3, that this House approves the nomination of the following members in the committee as shown below. And I've shared the list with all the members, Mr. Speaker. Thank you.
Second.
I support the Speaker. Thank you.
Majority Leader now proceed and
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. Thank you, Mr. Speaker. Mr. Speaker, I will start with the Department of. I will start with the Committee for Culture, Gender, Youth and Sports, Mr. Speaker, One, we have Honorable Fatuma Ibrahim Akar, nominated member on the UDA ticket. We have Honorable Zamza Mohammed Hassan, nominated North Kenya. We have Honorable Mana Morit. We have Honorable Abdurrahman Mukhtar Mohammed. We have Honorable Abdul Qayyum Sururu. We have Honorable Halima Hussein Bowe. We have Honorable Amina Bo. We have Honorable Haji Muhammad Dahir. We have Honorable Beko Mbuale. We have Honorable Fatuma Aydin Abdi. We have Honorable Hussein Muhammad Akane. We have Honorable Fatuma Muhammad Shida. We have Honorable Idris Ismail. On the next committee, Mr. Speaker, is the Committee for County Affairs, Public Service and Intergovernmental Relations. We have Honorable Adaw Omar, Chairperson, a member for Mulugu on North ticket. Honorable Isa Adel Abdu is the Vice Chair, member for Sabena, North Kenya. Honorable Omar Abdi Hassan, member for the Majali on the Waipa ticket. Honorable Hamdi Ahmed Ali, a nominated member on an ODM ticket. Honorable Abdul Hakim Hared Ali, member for Bura, Jubilee. We have Honorable Ahmed Abdurrahman Sheikh, member for Liboy on a Kano ticket. We have Honorable Abdi Ibrahim Dal, member for Balambala, Jubilee. We have Honorable Muhammad Abdi Farah, member for Dadab, Waipa. We have Honorable Abubakar Haji Sugo, member for Waberi on the Kano ticket. We have Honorable Mustafa Rashid Ahmed, member for 15, ANC. We have Abdullahi Ibrahim Sigat, member for Manini, UDA. We have Fakhruddin Haji Sadiq, member for Dariale, UDA. We have Idris Ismail Adam, member for Tanere, UDA, UDM. Mr. Speaker, we also have the Committee for Trade, Investment and Enterprise Development. One, Honorable Haji Muhammad Dahir, who is the Chairperson, member for Abakaire, Opia. Honorable Halima Hussein Bowe, Vice Chair, nominated member on Kano. We have Honorable Al Hassan Udewa, Deltu, Opia. We have Honorable Abdul Qayyum Sururu, Banane, ODM. We have Honorable Abdul Hared Ali, member for Bura on Jubilee. Honorable Nur Sheikh Farah, member for Jarajila, Kano. Honorable Abubakar Mohammed Khalif, member for Galbet, ODM. Honorable Abdi Muhyiddin Abdi, member for Sangailu, North Kenya. We have Honorable Adil Muhammad Farah, member for Maldimin Ward, North Kenya. We have Honorable Fatuma Ibrahim Akar, nominated on the UDA ticket. We have Honorable Hassan Dahir Noor, member for Baraki, UDA. We have Katra Iman Sigat, nominated member, UDA. We have Honorable Mustafa Abdurrashid Ahmed, member for 15, ANC. The next committee is the Committee for Roads, Transport and Public Works, Mr. Speaker. One is Honorable Abdurrahman Muhammad Ali as the Chairperson, who is also a member for Sampuri on a UDF ticket. We have Honorable Mana Abdurrahman Murid, Vice Chair, nominated member on a Waipa ticket. We have Honorable Abu Bakr Mohammed Khalif, member for Galbet ODM. Honorable Hamdi Ahmed Ali, nominated ODM. We have Honorable Abdul Qayyum Haji Sugo, member for Banani ODM. We have Honorable Ahmed Abdurrahman Sheikh, member for Liboy Kano. We have Honorable Ibrahim Dar, member for Balangala, Jubilee. We have Honorable Omar Abdi Hassan, member for the Majali, Waipa. We have Abdi Ibrahim Dar, member for Balambala, on the Jubilee. We have Honorable Ayan Muhammad Wera, nominated North Kenya. We have Honorable Abdullahi Ibrahim Sigat, member for Manigi, UDA. We have Honorable Hassan Dair Nur Baraki, UDA. We have Honorable Ahmed Nur Adam. Mr. Speaker, the Committee for Education, Information and ICT, we have Honorable Omar Abdi Hassan, the chairperson, member for the Majali and Waipa. Honorable Abdullah Adam Abdullahi, member for Saka, Jubilee. We have Honorable Muhammad Abdi Farah, member for Redab, Waipa. Honorable Man Abdurrahman Maulid, nominated Waipa. We have Honorable Halima Hussein Bure, nominated Kanu. We have Honorable Adam Hassan Odawa, member for Deltu, Umpia. We have Honorable Mahad Abdulkadir Ibrahim, member for Madagashi, ODM. We have Honorable Fatuma Adam Abdi, Vice Chair person, nominated member, North Kenya. We have Honorable Hassan Nur Gaib, member for Baraki, UDA. We have Honorable Fakhruddin Haji Sadiq, member for Goriale, UDA. Honorable Katra Ibrahim Sigat, nominated UDA. Honorable Ahmed Nur Aden, member for the Kaharia, ANC. We have Honorable Zamzam Mohammed Hassan, nominated North Kenya. The Speaker, on the Committee for Finance, Budget and Budget, we have Honorable Abdullah Aden, chairperson, member for Saka, on the Jubilee ticket. We have Honorable Abdulhakim Abubakar Haji Subo, member for Berry Kanu. We have Honorable Rukia Abdullahi, nominated Jubilee. We have Honorable Hamdi Ahmed Ali, nominated on ODM. We have Honorable Timira Ishaq, nominated ODM. We have Honorable Adam Hassan Odawa, member for Deltu, Upia. We have Honorable Fardosa Jala, nominated Upia, also the Vice Chairperson. We have Honorable Mahad Abdulkadir, member for Madagashi, ODM. We have Honorable Khadija Idris Mohammed, nominated Waipa. We have Honorable Isa Alan Abdi, member for Sabena, North Kenya. We have Honorable Yunus Abdi Ibrahim, member for Masalani, North Kenya. We have Honorable Hassan Dair Nur, member for Baraki, UDA. We have Honorable Ahmed Nur Aden, member for the Kaharia, ANC. We have Honorable Hussein Adam Duro, member for Jajara, UDA. We also have member for Township, who is also a minority leader, Honorable Hussein Mohammed Akane, UDA. Mr. Speaker, we are also going to the Committee for Special Program and Disaster. One Honorable Nur Sheikh Farah, who is a chairperson and member for the Rajila on the Kano ticket. We have Honorable Ayan Mohammed Waira, nominated North Kenya. Honorable Jamila Bishar, nominated ODM. Honorable Abdi Ibrahim Dar, member for Balambala, Jubilee. We have Honorable Fahia Bo Ido, nominated Jubilee. Honorable Bakar Muhammad Khalif, member for Galbet, ODM. Honorable Fahia Bo Ido. Twice. That's an error, Mr. Speaker, we can note it. Yes, we have member Muhammad Abdi Farah, member for the Redab Waipa. We have Zamzam Mohammed Hassan, nominated North Kenya. Fatuma Mohammed Shide, nominated ANC. We have Hassan Dair Nur, member for Baraki, UDA. We have Fakhruddin Haji Sadiq, Goriale, member for Goriale, UDA. We have Katra Iman Sigat, who was on the Vice Chair, also nominated on the UDM ticket. On the Committee for Environment, Mr. Speaker, we have Honorable Muhammad Sheikh Abdi, the chairperson, who is also the member for the Basigai and Waipa ticket. We have Honorable Timira Bishar Abdi, Vice Chairperson, nominated on ODM. Honorable Amina Buro, nominated Jubilee. Honorable Fados Njela, nominated Upia. We have Rukia Abdullahi, nominated Jubilee. We have Honorable Nur Sheikh Farah, member for the Rajila on Kano ticket. We have Honorable Muhammad Abdi Farah, member for the Dar Waipa. We have Honorable Fatuma Ibrahim Hakar, nominated UDA. We have Mariam Muhammad Hassan, nominated UDA. This continues with the Speaker. I will give way forward on the numbers who have beaten Mr. Speaker. On number 10, Mr. Speaker, Honorable Hajj Maalim Farah, member for Malimina of Kenya. Honorable Yunus Abdi Ibrahim, member for Masarani of Kenya. We have Honorable Abdurrahman Muhammad Ali, member for Sampuri, UDN. Mr. Speaker, we have changes from Kenya Kwanza on number 13. And in the place of Honorable, they have agreed together, Honorable Ahmed Nur Adam to be replaced with Honorable Fatuma Shide, nominated member for ANC. And that change has only happened in ANC, Mr. Speaker. It's not reflecting on anything else, Mr. Speaker. Thank you. On the Department Committee for Agriculture, Livestock and Pastoral Economy, Abdi Muhyiddin Abdi as the chairperson, member for Sangailu from North Kenya. We have Honorable Alan Hussein Duro as the vice chair, member for Jardera, UDM. Honorable Fados Njela Ibrahim, nominated Upia. Honorable Abdulwali Adam Abdullahi, Saka, Jubilee. Honorable Fahia Borowido, nominated Jubilee. We have Honorable Jaro Muhammad Wale, nominated Waipa. We have Omar Abdi Hassan, member for the Majali Waipa. We have Haji Muhammad Dahir, member for Bakaila Upia. We have Abu Bakr Muhammad Khalif, member for Galbet ODM. We have Haji Muhammad Farah, member for Malemi, North Kenya. We have Fatuma Muhammad Shide, nominated ANC. Honorable Abdullahi Ibrahim Sigat, member for Naligi, UDA. And last, Honorable Hussein Muhammad Akane, member for Township UDA. From the Health Committee, Mr. Speaker, we have Honorable Adam Hassan Odawa, who is the chairperson for this committee and a member of DERTU, on UPIA. Honorable Hamdi Ahmed Ali, the vice chair, nominated ODM. We have Honorable Amina Bui, nominated Jubilee. We have Ahmed Abdurrahman Sheikh, Liboy, member for Liboy, Kanu. We have Honorable Abubakar Hajisugo, member for Waberi Kanu. We have Honorable Muhammad Sheikh Abdi, member for Abasigari Waipa. We have Honorable Khadija Muhammad Idris, nominated Waipa. We have Honorable Abdurrahman Mukhtar Mohammed, member for Ijara, Jubilee. We have Honorable Adam Muhammad, Professor Ayan Muhammad Wera, member of nominated member, North Kenya. We have Honorable Haji Muhammad Farah, member for Malini, North Kenya. We have Honorable Mariam Muhammad Hassan, nominated UDA. We have Honorable Fukuddin Haji Sadiq, member for Gariali UDA. And the second change, Mr. Speaker, has also happened on Health Committee on the same, and that's Kenya Kwanza, and they have no headache about it. It's about A and C again at the same time, Mr. Speaker. And there's concurrence in this matter, Mr. Speaker. And that is number 13. Previously, we had Honorable Fatuma Muhammad Chile, which was replaced by Honorable Mustafa Abdul Rashid, our Deputy Speaker, who is a member for IFTI, ANC. Number 14, Honorable Adam Hussein Duro, member for Jardera, UDM. Number 15, Honorable Zamzam Muhammad Hassan, nominated NAPK. Mr. Speaker, on the Committee for Water and Natural Resources, we have Honorable Mariam Muhammad Hassan, who is the chairperson, nominated on UDA. We have Honorable Yunus Abdi Ibrahim, Vice Chair, member for Masalani, North Kenya. We have Honorable Omar Abdi Hassan, member for the Majali on Waipa. We have Honorable Jacob Mohammed Duale, nominated on Waipa. We have Honorable Abdul Aden, member for Saka, Jubilee. We have Honorable Mohammed Sheikh Abdi Sarat, Labasigale, on Waipa, Mr. Speaker. Honorable Ahmad Abdikadir, Honorable Halima Hussein Bure, nominated on Kano. We have Honorable Ahmad Abdikadir, member for Modogashe, ODM. Honorable Mohammed Abdi Farah, member for Nadam Waipa. We have Honorable Hussein Mohammed Akane, member for Township UDA. We have Honorable Isa Abdi Al Abdi, member for Sabena North Kenya. We have Honorable Katra Iman Sigat, nominated UDA. We have Honorable Mustafa Abdurashid Ahmed, member for 15 ANC. Mr. Speaker, on Lands Committee, Lands, Fiscal Planning and Urban Development, we have Honorable Khadija Idris Mohammed, who is the chairperson nominated on Waipa. We have Honorable Abdurrahman El Mukhtar, member for Ijara, who is the vice chair from Jubilee. Honorable Ahmed Abdurrahman Sheikh, member for Ibrahim Kano. Honorable Noor Sheikh Farah, member for the Rajila Kano. Honorable Mohammed Sheikh Abdi, member for the Basigale. On Waipa, we have Honorable Tibira Bishar Ahmed, nominated ODM. We have Honorable Rukia Abdullahi, nominated on Jubilee. We have Honorable Fatuma Adan Abdi, nominated North Kenya. We have Honorable Isa Adan Abdi, member for Sabena North Kenya. Honorable Fatuma Muhammad Shide, nominated ONC. We have Honorable Fakhruddin Al Sadiq, member for Gariani UDA. We have Honorable Abdullahi Ibrahim Sigat, member for Nahidi UDA. We have Honorable Abdurrahman Mohammed Ali, member for Sampuri UDA. Mr. Speaker, we are on the committee for delegated legislation. Honorable Rukia Abdullahi Ali is the chairperson, nominated on Jubilee. We have Honorable Farida Buro, the vice chair, nominated on Jubilee. We have Honorable Abubakar Hajifuro, member for Waberi Kano. We have Honorable Faroza Jan Ibrahim, nominated Upia. We have Mana Abdulrahman Sheikh, Maulid, nominated Waipa. We have Halima Hussein Bure, nominated on Kano. We have Jacob Mohammed Duale, nominated on Waipa ticket. Fatuma Adan Abdi, nominated North Kenya. We have Abdul Yadin Abdi, member for Sanail, North Kenya. We have Idris Ismail Adam, Daniel UDM. We have Honorable Hassan Dahir Noor, member for Baraki UDA. We have Honorable Fatuma Muhammad Shide, nominated ANC. We have Honorable Abdullahi Ibrahim Sigat, member for Namigi UDA. On the Welfare Committee, Mr. Speaker, we have Honorable Ahmed Abdurrahman Sheikh, who is the chairperson. We have the vice chair as Honorable Amina Bruno. Honorable Abdulwali Aden, member for Saka, member Jubilee. Honorable Abdurrahman Mukhtar Mohammed, member for Ijara Jubilee, is also a member. Honorable Tibira Bishar, nominated ODM. Honorable Khadija Idris, nominated Waipa. Honorable Omar Abdikadir, member for Modogashe ODM. We have Honorable Hadid Mahad Farah, member for Ma'alimin, North Kenya. We have Honorable Abdul Yadin Abdi, Sangail, North Kenya. We have Honorable Abdullahi Ibrahim Sigat, member for Nahidi UDA. We have Honorable Hussein Mohammed Akane, member for Township UDA. We have Honorable Abdurrahman Mohammed Ali, member for Sampuri UDA. And we have Honorable Mustafa Rashid, member for 15 ANC. Mr. Speaker, the list continues. We are in the Committee for Labor Affairs. We have Honorable Abdul Karim Surunuro, the chairperson, member for Banani, on an ODM ticket. We have Honorable Amina Bulo, nominated Jubilee. We have Honorable Abdul Hakim Hared Ali, member for Bula Jubilee. We have Mohammed Abdi Farah, member for Nadab, Waipa. We have Honorable Abubakar Mohammed Khalif, who is the vice chair, member for Galbek, ODM. We have Honorable Halima Hussein Gure, nominated Kanu. We have Honorable Ahmed Abdurrahman Sheikh, member for Niboli Kanu. We have Honorable Ado Umar Said, member for Hulugo of Kenya. We have Honorable Hadir Mahad Farah, member for Ma'alini, of Kenya. We have Honorable Hassan Dayan Noor, member for Baraki, UDA. We have Honorable Qadri Iman Sigat, nominated UDM. We have Honorable Fatuma Ibrahim Hakar, nominated UDA. And we have Honorable Mustafa Abdul Ahmed, member for 15 and ANC. On the Public Investment and Accounts Committee, Mr. Speaker, this is investigative committee, Mr. Speaker, which the lion's share goes to the Kenya Kwanza, Mr. Speaker. We have Honorable Subradin Haji Sadiq, chairperson, member for Goyale and UDA. We have Honorable Idris Ismail Aden, vice chair, member for Daniel and UDA. We have Honorable Ado Umar Said, Hulugo, North Kenya. We have Honorable Mariam Muhammad Hassan, nominated UDA. We have Honorable Mohammed Abdi Farah, member for the DAP, Waipa. We have Honorable Muhammad Sheikh Absalat, member for Nabasigale, Waipa. We have Honorable Ahmed Abdurrahman Sheikh, member for the Boy Kanu. On the Committee for Cohesion, Integration, Honorable Deko Mohammed Wale is the chairperson, Mr. Speaker, and we have the vice chair as Ahmed Nur Aden, member for the Gaharia or ANC. We have members as Honorable Qadri Iman Sigat, nominated UDM, Honorable Halima Hussein Gure, nominated Kanu, Honorable Fahia Boro, nominated Jubilee, Honorable Muhammad Sheikh Abdi, member for the Sierra Waipa. We have Honorable Abdul Karim Surunuro, member for Banani, ODM. We have Honorable Mana Abdurrahman Mourid, nominated Waipa. We have Honorable Ahmed Abdurrahman Sheikh, member for Liboy Kanu. We have Honorable Yunus Abdi Ibrahim, member for Masalani, North Kenya. We have Honorable Zamzam Muhammad Hassan, nominated North Kenya. Honorable Fatuma Ibrahim Hakar, nominated UDA. And 13 Honorable Fakhruddin Haji Sadiq, member for Goyale, UDA. Mr. Speaker, on the Committee for Implementation, we have the chairperson as member for Waberi, and that is Honorable Abubakar Haji Sugo, Kanu. We have the vice chair as Abdul Hakim Hared Ali, member for Bura, Jubilee. We have Honorable Hamdi Ahmed Ali, nominated ODM. We have Honorable Muhammad Sheikh Abdi, Nabasigale, Waipa. We have Honorable Abdulwali Adam Abdullahi, member for Saka Jubilee. We have Honorable Rukil Abdullahi Ali, nominated Jubilee. We have Mohammed Abdi Farah, member for the NAP Waipa. We have Honorable Zamzam Muhammad Hassan, nominated NAP Kenya. We have Honorable Ayan Muhammad Wera, nominated NAP Kenya. We have Honorable Ahmed Nur Aden, member for the Gaharia ANC. We have Honorable Fakhruddin Haji Sadiq, member for Goyale, UDA. We have Ali Hussein Duro, member for Jardera, UDA. We have Honorable Fatuma Ibrahim Hakar, nominated UDA. On the Committee for Appointment, Mr. Speaker, which you are the chair, that's why you're not there, Mr. Speaker. Your eyes can cut very well. The chair becomes our speaker. That is number one members include Honorable Timira Bishar, nominated ODM. We have Honorable Ferdowsa Jelle, nominated UPIA, Honorable Mahmoud Abdikadir, member from the Russia ODM. Honorable Muhammad Sheikh Abdisalat, member from Nabasigale Waipa. Honorable Ahmed Abdurrahman Sheikh, Liboy Kanu. We have Honorable Amina Mbolo, nominated Jubilee. We have Honorable Muhammad Bifar, the Dark Wiper. We have Honorable Fatuma Muhammad Shida, nominated ANC. We have Hassan Dayan Noor, member for Baraki, UDA. We have Honorable Ado Omar Said, member for Horobo and Kenya. We have Honorable Mustafa Abdul Rashid, member for Iftin, ANC. We have Honorable Abdurrahman Muhammad Ali, member for Sambuli UDM, sorry. We have Honorable Zamzam Muhammad Hassan, nominated, not Kenya. Finally, Mr. Speaker, and this is also not committee chair strongly, and that is the Committee for Power and Privilege. Members are Honorable Muhammad Bifar, member for the DAP, Wiper. We have Honorable Khadija Idris, nominated Wiper. We have Honorable Abubakar Hajisugo, Waberi, member for Waberi Kanu. We have Honorable Abdurrahman Mukhtar Muhammad, so please Abdurrahman. Yeah, it's true. Abdurrahman Mukhtar, Muhammad Mukhtar, sorry, not Ali. Member for Ijara. On Jubilee, we have Honorable Noor Sheikh Farah, member for Darajila Kanu. We have Honorable Al Hassan Udawa, member for Dertu. Obia, we have Honorable Mark Bikadir, member for Mudigash Odia. We have Honorable Abdurrahman Muhammad Ali, member for Sampuri UDA. We have Honorable Marian Muhammad Hassan, nominated UDA. We have Honorable Ayan Muhammad Wera, nominated NAP Kenya. We have Honorable Ado Omar Said, member for Horobo NAP Kenya. And last, we have Honorable Ahmed Noor Aden, member for the Kaharia of ANC. That is the list of the committee, Mr. Speaker. And thank you very much.
The nomination of Honorable Hussein of number 10 is on the record.
On the last committee?
Yes. Number 10 on the last committee, for the records, please.
Thank you very much, Mr. Speaker. That's on oversight. The minority leader, that is Honorable Hussein Mohammed Akane, member for Township UDA. Thank you.
Someone to second? It was already seconded. Yeah, it was seconded by Honorable Abdurrahman of Ijara. Yes. Now I put the question. It's you know very well. I now put the question that pursuant to the provisions of Standing Order 156, 1, 2, and 3, that this House approves the nomination of the following members to the committees as read out by the majority leader. May as many as of. Do you need me to get the names?
No.
No, you don't bet. You don't debate on this and neither do you vote on it. To debate on the names that have already been read. The concerns have already been raised, right? And addressed. So when you allow, what is the object of we allow the debate? I know this is not debate on this.
This is a motion
Okay. But as far as I know, that this is, you don't.
Maybe you have a question.
Okay, proceed.
Mr. Speaker, thank you so much. First of all, and I think it's good to give members opportunity to ventilate. But I might have a point of opinion which I that's why I'm a member of this house. Mr. Speaker, my biggest concern is something that might have come later, and we bring this whole thing back to this house. Committee on the last committee, they were going to on powers and privilege. I wish you just help you understanding what that fits on that, because the majority of the denomination who is the vice chair of that committee. We have the deputy speaker who is automatic vice to your office. Is he going to be the chairperson, the vice chair of that committee in your absence? Or are we going to appoint another member? The tradition has always been another member becomes the vice chair. So, Mr. Speaker, that was my contribution, and I think it's very necessary. Something to notice.
Good job.
Good job.
Robado.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. Mr. Speaker, based on the standing order on the general professional recommendation of members of the select committee, I think unless there is a substantive contention of the members who is placed in the committee, that kind of a debate is not allowed. I think, Mr. Speaker, I just wanted to question the Honorable Majority Leader and the Minority Leader who is not around. Which provisions of the standing order are we using? Are we using the older standing order or the new one which is supposed to be implemented and approved by the House? That is my question. I also wanted to question on Committee on Budget and Health, where the membership are increased. I think on the which standing order, have we done that? Because we are doing placement of a committee based on proportionality of parties. I think, Mr. Speaker, I'm the initiator of this formula, where you divide the coalition, divide by the number of members, 26 over 48 times the number of the committee, 13, which will result or will add up to 7 members for the coalition of Azimio and 6 for the coalition of KK, Kenya Kwanza coalition. So, Mr. Speaker, the other issue I just wanted to raise concern, and we need to be very fair, is gender balance. I can see why is it that the Committee on Gender has more women. Is it because it is called gender? No. Also, standing order 154, 4, Roman 4, says that the select committee must give into consideration on gender disparity. I see several committees are not gender responsive in terms of their preferred gender representation. Mr. Speaker, Mr. Speaker, also on the standing order 155.3, which guides that every member should be in 3 sectoral committees. That has been violated by certain coalitions. You can see a member who is in 4-6 sectoral committee, meaning that it will compromise the attendance. I also want to point out to the majority leader and minority leader, as a representative of NAB Kenya, we resolved even in KK meeting that there will be no changes. Right now, I'm receiving a complaint from Honorable Yunis, who was a member of the implementation committee, and I don't know who removed him. So it is a concern. I'm also appearing in one sectoral committee myself, but I don't have a problem because I don't know who replaced me. We agreed to be in the previous committee as existed. I don't know where these changes have happened. So I think with those few concerns that I wanted to raise and I wanted to be put in the answer, and also I wanted to raise a concern on the appointment committee. I think the standing order guides that the majority leader and the minority leader are members, automatic members, and I don't see where the minority leader is appearing, or it is an oversight, the appointment committee. I also want to raise that there was an agreement, gentleman agreement, that honorable member for, nominated member for North Kenya, Ayam, to be the vice chair, to honor the responsibility to be vice chair in powers, rules, and privilege committee, and that has been in existence, and she was not captured in that presentation. So, Mr. Speaker, I want the consideration to be done on budget and health. The membership will remain 13 because it will raise quorum and it will be an issue of quorum attendance. It is also an expensive for the committee. So sometimes without bulkiness of 15 members. Also, Mr. Speaker, I wanted guidance on the specific standing order we are using. Because if it is a public accounts committee, both the previous work we say the Ali standing order or delay standing order, it stipulates only 5 members, and the proportionality of the party can be known. And I think the investigative committee should remain 5 members for purposes of quorum and for purposes of facilitation and committee effectiveness. So, Mr. Speaker, we need to be guided. But the rest, I think there is no much changes. I think only that I wanted parties to respect, coalitions to respect the party formats, because it stipulates in the standing order on the sector, the select committee when they are sitting, they must take guidance from parties so that the proportionality of 26 members over 48 times 13 members of each committee, resulting into 7 or 6 for different coalitions, states that the 6 KK coalitions can be shared: 2 for UDA, 2 for North Kenya, 1 for ANC, and 1 for UDM. That is well intended, I think, but there is violation within the setups where you see a party that should have 1 member in each committee, which is guided by the standing order, having 3 members. So I think those are some oversight that we have done. I think otherwise I read it perfectly about vote. So with those few considerations and few oversight that was done, I think I stand to be guided on which standing order we are actually using. Thank you.
Now the majority leader to respond to those concerns.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. Mr. Speaker, on the issue of health committee, there is an increase of 1 member. You see, on the budget, there are more members who are new. And the proportionality of us meeting with the minority leader is to have 1 member at least in the health committee so that we have a balance of both committees. But Mr. Speaker, apart from that, I cannot respond on behalf of the minority leader. That's the challenge. All that honorable member of Novo is raising is a matter that lies within the opposition. It's unfortunate, and it is still a puzzle, because I thought the minority leader would have preferred to be here. But one thing I know, Mr. Speaker, is that the minority leader was in tandem with this list, including other leaders who are present. And that's why we have increased 1 member in the health committee, Mr. Speaker, alongside the budget. On the issue of which standing order are we using, Mr. Speaker? You see, Mr. Speaker, we have not passed the new standing order. There is avenue for change. And by the time we come to pass the new standing order, Mr. Speaker, all these committees will not be existing. So there is no cause for alarm, Mr. Speaker. And I believe member for Novo can at least remain guided. And in the coming weeks, we shall be launching the new standing order, which we shall be adhering to all the standards indicated in the new standing order. Other than Mr. Speaker, and I said earlier, I cannot, on the issue of the vice chair, I want to propose Honorable Ayam to be a vice chair on powers and privilege. It is my turn, Mr. Speaker.
Thank you. I think that's very clear in the standing orders. This any chair that's chaired by the speaker does not have a vice chair. It's quite clear. In the absence of the speaker, then the standing orders all stipulate very well what happens when the speaker is not there. Among the members, they will be able to choose one among themselves, among the members, among the membership. So I think that is not in contention. If Honorable Ayan is a member of this committee, and in the absence of the speaker, she can be chosen to be the temporary speaker for the day. Proceed. Okay. With all those now remarks, I think I can put the question that pursuant to the provision of Standing Order 156, 1, 2, and 3, that this House approves the nomination of the following members to the committees, to the respective committees, as read out by the majority leader and attached to this communication. May as many as of the side of that opinion say aye. Aye. May as many as of the contrary opinion say nay. The ayes have it. Next order. House stand adjourned until today, 2:30 p.m.